All right, it's time to add a little bit more geometry and then add a little bit more geometry. So we're going to make a new layer, everything, and Command T. Once again, we're just going 90 degrees counterclockwise. This almost never works. There's nothing magical about this. But for whatever reason, here it just seemed to work. Hit return, change the blend mode to darken, and then new layer, everything, smart object. We need a new shortcut because the path blur, before COVID, Adobe education leaders were invited to their Adobe's headquarters every summer for a week, and we got to meet with, all kinds of amazing people, including the program managers. And so I got some one-on-one time with the guy who's in charge of Photoshop, and I showed him some of the things we were doing, and he said, I don't think anyone's ever suggested working like that, using that feature that way. So here we go. We need to make a custom shortcut. So once again, remember, edit, custom shortcuts. And we're going to come down to filter gallery, down to path blur in the blur gallery down here. Filter, blur gallery, path blur. And we're going to make this Control, Option, Command, P. Okay, we're going to accept that and save it so it's not modified, so it's just our shortcut. And now we have our new layer here, and we have our new shortcut where we go out to the path blur. And this is made mostly for simulating, speed. In a cityscape, you got a motorcycle racing down the street and you want to blur the buildings out. And there are all kinds of other features here. But I discovered, just playing around with this, and here's the settings I had. 330, there's nothing magical about this. I don't use these settings for everything. But the strobe strength, 100. And then change this to 2. And this is the result. Click on this little blue ribbon here for high quality, and then click OK. Look at all that geometry, and let's compare it to what we're trying to match. Once again, one-to-one fidelity. We are replicating this because our layers, these layers are our cheat sheet. We can see what we're doing because we have access to the settings. I can double click on Blur Gallery and I can see exactly what the settings were. I can hit Escape, come back here, and that's why we replicated that once again. I'll go ahead and name these layers off camera, as you should be doing, and we'll move on to the next exciting step. Remember, this is starting from 10 pixels by 10 pixels. Remember?